Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special day. Today marks the 8th year anniversary of the implementation of one of the biggest tax reforms that this country has ever seen since our independence, which was the implementation of GST. GST is a very dynamic tax, it always has been. It was implemented by the central government, but it had to be trickled down both at a policy level and at an implementation level right to the beneficiaries, which are people like you and I, which are the taxpayers. So today, to mark the 8th year anniversary of this amazing tax reform that the government has introduced, we speak to a lot of personalities who have in some shape or form contributed, shaped and defined how you and I get affected with GST and how you and I understand GST. So let's go ahead and have these conversations. It's been 8 years since GST was first implemented. The journey, as you mentioned, has been a roller coaster. But as per you, what have been some significant achievements and milestones in the past 8 years? From a central government perspective, what are some amazing things that you've seen happening in the economy?
Let me first start with the philosophy with which we looked upon the GST or the implementation of the GST as the one nation, one tax.
One tax, correct.
As we all know, and we always say that India is a country of diversity in all respects.
Correct.
But we have the common dream, we have the common aspirations.
Correct.
To achieve the common dream and set our common goals, we need the common economic framework.
Correct.
Common taxation. So it was a philosophy behind the one nation, one tax, that we all should have a common financial and economic system. So with the increased financial and the banking inclusion, it was possible because all this had to happen through the digital interface.
Correct.
So we began with this big dream of one nation, one tax. And when we look back after 8 years of completion and of the implementation of the tax, which started from 1st of July, I can see that the collection figures are really awesome.
Right.
Everybody is getting surprised day by day with the collections that we are able to achieve.
Right.
And that means that we are able to achieve the widened tax base.
Correct.
The number of taxpayers which are being part of the tax net has gone up.
Correct.
Even the transactions we are tracking that we are including for the taxation purpose are being increased.
Correct.
So if the revenue is going up, then the inclusivity in terms of the tax net is happening. So that's the biggest achievement, I believe. Second was that, as we all know, that the more than 17 taxes and cesses have subsumed
Correct.
in the GST. And there was variation in the VAT rates, which was being implemented by all the states of India.
Correct.
And there's uniformity in the tax rate as well. So the cascading effect must have gone because everybody has become the part of this big network.
Big network, correct.
And there's also cross-utilization possible for services to goods and services, which was erstwhile not available in central excise times because somebody having the VAT credit cannot utilize the same for the payment of the goods.
Correct.
Manufacturing goods or the supply of the services, which is possible only after the introduction of GST. So that's a big achievement. Even what has happened, that rationalization of tax structure has come across. The varied rates have turned into a few slabs. In coming times also, the slabs will also get rationalized into lesser number, as everybody is talking about the same and looking forward to happen the same. Even there were disputes regarding the sale of service or sale of good. There were a lot many dispute before various courts of the country that whether this is a supply of good, whether this is a sale of goods or service.
Correct.
So these issues are also getting resolved when we look upon the GST as a tax structure. We have even got the system of credit verification, which was available in Maharashtra VAT by J1, J2. This credit verification is happening because if and only if my supplier is paying the tax and he is filing the return, then and then only I am able to utilize the ITC,
Correct.
which is a big check
Correct.
on the availment as well as the rightful availment of the ITC. That's the internal check that we are able to achieve.
What have been some initial challenges that you had to face? So, I was following your journey, and you started in this department in 2009, if I'm mentioning
Yes.
it right, and then GST happens in 2017, about 8 years. So, what were some initial challenges that you had to go through? Because as consumers, as taxpayers, of course, there was an overwhelming information for us, but then you were at the helm of sort of implementing the structure and passing on the education and information also to the consultants, taxpayers, all of that. So what were some challenges that you faced that you still remember when all of this happened?
The biggest challenge was that we all had the baggage of earlier system.
Correct.
We had the erstwhile SSE base. There were many central excise assessees, service tax assessees, as well as VAT assessees, and we have to get themselves into the system.
Correct.
So how to accommodate them, how to carry forward them as a part of GST registrants, that was the biggest challenge. And how to divide them between the state and the center, for which we devise mechanism subsequently, how the new registrations will come to center and how they will be going to state. That was also to be thought about. Even the carried forward SENVAT credits, carried forward credits are to be adjusted against the carried forward assessees, taxpayers. That was a big challenge. Even the digital interface has faced many challenges in terms of the how it has to be at par with the law. So always there had some feedback coming from the trade, which we had to accommodate in the
Correct.
digital interface.
And the digital journey, as you mentioned, is an ongoing journey, right? So what are some key elements that are happening right now, some key changes in form of digitization of the whole structure and implementation of the system? And then what are some unique things that you also look forward to in the near future in terms of infusing technology in the whole ecosystem?
At present, I cannot comment upon whatever is going as a part of the policy, but I individually feel that with the introduction of AI, this tax machinery will get really enabled.
Right.
That's my personal opinion, that with the introduction of AI and the machine intelligence and data analytics, it will equip us for the better tax management. So we will definitely, we have data analytics directorates as well as our intelligence agency also use it.
Correct.
But that will do a kind of capacity building for us also. I'm looking forward.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you feel that GST has sort of bridged a gap between the central and the state tax authorities? Has it sort of built a bridge between the two entities after implementation, and is it still happening?
We have our parallel structures in terms of our administrative setups.
Of course.
But the tax which is being implemented by both the agencies, center and the state, is the same. It's
Now
a
the same.
replica, the same. Maharashtra State GST Act and the Central GST Act, they replicate each other. So in a way, it is the uniform tax that we have to implement. But there is no as such mechanism. Real-time exchange is not happening.
What roles do CMAs and institutions like ICMAI have to play in this whole ecosystem?
You have to play the big role of handholding for our taxpayers, because we all as a machinery are never enough in number to reach out to all the taxpayers to whom we wish to help in their compliances.
Correct.
So you will be of great help, and always can act as the extended arms of the machinery in terms of spreading awareness, creating sensitization about few policies, as well as publicizing various government initiatives. So you can be always with us as a partner and stakeholder.
Correct. And ma'am, one last question before I thank you for your time. Any message that you have for upcoming cost accountants, and how would you invite new generation of students who are looking to get into finance, but how would you invite them to explore the CMA domain of the financial ecosystem?
Government agencies are there always looking forward for the professionals to come with us for feedback, come with us the feedback from the trade. So there are various mechanisms to raise their issues, raise flags regarding some problems and the pains faced by the trade, but these platforms are not that utilized.
Understood.
So cost accountants, consultants, CAs, all professionals, I believe, should come forward and use those platforms. So
Right.
there are several platforms by way of various committees, grievance committees are there. There are some meetings being arranged at the zonal level by various central excise and customs zones of the GST, as well as there are also few programs being implemented, but usually the hand holding is not complete unless and until the professionals come to us and try to be part with us to develop that partnership. So I would encourage all those who are looking forward their career as a cost accountant. They have enough space or more ample space to occupy, and especially wherever there are transactions, we believe that every transaction is invoice based.
Correct.
And the invoice value is being accepted is accessible value, but still there are scopes when the parties are related and when the ITC is not subsequently available to the recipient of the service or the good, then the valuation and the cost accounting part comes in,
Correct.
wherein you as a professional can jump in and help us to decide by way of cash flows and all that how to arrive on the right accessible value. So that will be mutually beneficial for both the stakeholders, taxpayers, as well as to the department. So you please come forward for the same. That's a specialized job and you can do that.
Nobody can do it. Correct. I mean, it is, as you very aptly mentioned, it is a specialized job, and we look forward to your continued guidance for the next generation and for people of our generation as well. So thank you so much for your time, ma'am.
Thank
This
you.
was a very short but insightful conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.